All right, hello, hello. We are going to stretch it out today. Hi guys. So go wait to let some people log on. Thumbs up. What you're going to need today, you're going to need a foam roller and a mat. So a nice cushioning mat, and we're going to get into this very quickly. I'm going to explain what we're doing today. So go ahead and grab your equipment. So today, what we're doing, we are working on elasticity. So what do I mean by that? We are going to work on our flexibility by training our tissue to become more elastic. So think of it this way. So when you were a kid, you could run around, jump around, and do whatever you wanted to do without any worries about getting hurt. Well, we're going to try to train your tissue to restore some of that elasticity. So when you get out of the car or turn your head too fast, you're not throwing a back out or like pulling a muscle. So that's what we're working today, training the elasticity of our tissue. So the technique is going to be about 1 second stretches. If you're familiar with different types of stretching, this could be compared to ballistic stretching. So we're going to have a little bounce to it, but we're going to stay very safe. You're only going to go to the slight stretch, and you're going to let your body spring back. Hi guys, spring back. So it's proven how we train. If we train specific things, it's going to create that effect. So we're going to create more elasticity in our body by training the tissue in that way. So let's just start with a little bit of foam rolling. So we're going to loosen up the tissue first, then go into the stretching technique. And once we get into that, I'll explain it a little bit more. So go ahead, take your foam roller, and let's roll our calves out. So go ahead and just bring the foam roller in front of you. Place it under your calf, and take your other leg on top. So this is going to be a full body stretch today. So go ahead and just start to roll up and down. I like to turn my leg in, turn my leg out as I'm rolling the calves. So again, we're just going to loosen that tissue up, then train it to become more elastic. And then you can pause and just rock side to side. You can pause again and move the foot around. Thanks for joining, guys. We're going to turn back those years and help make your tissue more elastic, like when you were a kid. So just go ahead and move that roller up a little bit, roll a little bit up and down, pause, rock side to side. You might feel those bumps in there. Pause again, move your foot around. And then switch legs. So I like to hit the bottom part of the lower leg and then the top part of the lower leg. So again, rolling. As I roll, I turn the foot in, turn the foot out. So I'm really excited to share this type of stretching. I think what we learned in gym class, when we're 13, they say, don't ever bounce when you stretch, is not holding up to research. So we're going to do a little of that type of stretching today. And it's super, super effective for flexibility, improving your flexibility. Rock a little bit side to side. And then pause and circle the foot, point and toe. Point and flex the foot. Hope everyone is doing well today. It's Thursday. Who's looking forward to the weekend? Give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and move up. Get that big ball of the calf. Usually a lot of tension here. And then rock it side to side. Pause, move the foot around a little bit. So I'm just going to hit areas with the roller that are typically just hold a lot of tension. So we take some of that tension out before we stretch it. All right, so the calves typically hold a lot of tension. Let's move into quads. So front of the legs, and we'll do this 2 legs at a time in interest of time. So we're going to work up the leg. You're going to start at the bottom, middle, and then top. So I had a short roller. The big roller would probably be a little better here, but this will still do. So go ahead and just start right above the knee and just start to roll a little bit up and down. And then pause and scissor your legs, like jump and jack your legs. And again, I have a short roller, so I can't do a real big jump and jack here. And then you can pause again and kick both feet towards your butt. And then work up your thighs. So most people do not like to do their quads because it hurts. That probably is telling you you need to do your quads. So we are mostly sitting. A lot of us are mostly sitting during the day. And this gets the tissue tight and needs to be rolled out a little bit. Pause, jump and jack the legs. Now, if anything's too intense, you just back off. So don't do, if it's too intense, don't do it. If you find yourself tensing up while doing this, it's defeating the purpose. So you need to be able to relax as you roll and kick towards your butt. And then moving on up, one more spot. Should be a little relief here. Not quite as intense, probably towards the top of the leg. And jump and jack the leg. And kick towards your butt. All right, go ahead and release that. Bring that roller up to your chest. So we're going to hit the front of the shoulder. So go ahead and hug the roller a little bit. So place it in the corner of the arm here, and where the chest and the shoulder meet, and roll over the front of the shoulder. So this is often a tight spot. And again, we're just releasing that tension before we go into that stretch. Pause. You can move your arm up and down. You can rotate. Always good to move a body part while you're holding pressure on it. Really gets in there well. And then switch sides. So go ahead and switcheroo. Might angle the roller and move it down so it's not in your face. So rolling front, up and down. And pausing, you can rotate, you can move the arm around. And good. Okay, one last spot here. Let's go on the side. We're often tight in this area, so rolling the sides of the body. And I'm kind of going through this quickly, again, just to loosen you up a little bit because I really want to get into the stretching. So rolling up and down, and then rocking front to back. So you might find this is a little bit tender, very normal. You may want to use a softer roller in this spot, as well as the quads. A softer roller might be better for you. So just roll up and down. And then rock side to side. So hit a couple spots here along the side. So we're gonna, okay, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about fascia. Give me a thumbs up if you've heard of fascia, if you know what fascia is. So fascia is your connective tissue. So basically, fascia is everywhere in your body. It surrounds the organs, it surrounds the muscles, there are different types of fascia. But most importantly, what I want to go over that applies to this type of stretching is the fascial lines, right? Switch sides. So basically, there's no such thing as isolating a muscle, right? Everything is connected in your body. And that fascial connection is what we're going to focus on, working on when we're doing our stretches. So there are, I think, 7 different fascial lines in the body. You have a front line, you have a back line, you have lateral lines, spiral lines, arm lines, deep front line. So what that means, say the back line. Basically, the tissue is connected from bottoms of your feet all the way up to the top of your head. The front line, tops of the feet, all the way up the front of the body to the top of the head. Or I think it might go up to here. There might be a connection. But anyway, so it's all connected, and any tension in that line can contribute to pain you're feeling somewhere else. So the type of stretching we're doing today is you're going to feel where you're tight, which is really awesome. You'd be like, oh, maybe that's why my back's hurting. Maybe it's because my calves are really tight. So it really helps identify areas that you should be stretching and giving some attention to. So we're going to not go through all the fascial lines today, but we're going to go through a lot of them. All right, so just finish this side. So this would be part of the lateral line, the sides of the body. All right, so rock that out. Okay, guys, let's get to it. Move that roller out of the way. Let's start with the back line. This is one I like to do a lot. And don't worry about form so much here. Most importantly, you only go to a slight stretch. You don't force the stretch, and you let your body spring back. So I want your toes up, interlace your hands behind your head, tuck the chin down. So basically, you're doing 1 second stretches, and it looks something like this. You're going to stay at the end range. So I'm going to go here, start to feel a gentle stretch. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's this little spring, a little bounce to it, and it's training that tissue to respond to that quickness where it becomes more elastic. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Toes up, it creates tension in the whole back line. And interlace the hands, tuck the chin. 1, we're doing it 20 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. Now you can feel that tension anywhere in that back line. So now let's counter that by doing the front line. One I like to do for the front line, and this is going to be a broken front line because we're not going to be able to get into the shins, but we're going to hit all this tissue here. If you feel any pain in the back, I'll give you a modification. Arms are up. Again, 1 second stretches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're staying at that end range. 8. If this hurts your back, keep your arms down. 11, 12, 13. Don't look up. Keep your head straight. 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. Switch sides. I like doing this for warm-up before I work out or before you do something like exercising, sports, whatever. Arms up. Again, gentle stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Great. We're going to do that 2 more times. So we do 3 sets of 20. You may do less. I wouldn't do more, but you may do 1 set, 2 sets, whatever you feel is appropriate for you. So again, toes up so it tenses up that line, that fascial line. Tuck the chin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 10, 19, and 20. Good. You're going to notice the tissue starting to warm up. You're going to get more flexible. And there's a good chance you might be a little sore from this type of stretching in a day or two. Fascia responds slowly. It heals a little slower. So you don't want to do this every day. I do a little bit every day, but not aggressively. But it takes like muscle heals in like 24, 48 hours. Fascia's, I think, 36 to 48 or something like that. So it takes a little longer. So like I said, don't worry about form. You want to round through the back when you're doing the forward fold, so you really get into that tissue. You know, the spine is able to round, you know, and move in that direction. Well, at least the mid back end is able to round and move a little more flexibly than the lower back. All right, switch sides. 1, 2. Head straight here, 2. And 20. Good. Let's do one more time. Third time, you should really start to feel yourself loosen up. Toes up. Hands behind the head. Here we go. 20 times. And good. And then one more time with the front line. So we're doing the back line, front line. They both affect each other. Everything's connected. Last one. 1, 2. So when you're stretching the front line, the back line is contracting. So I'm definitely feeling some contraction back here. Totally cool. That's how it works. Other side. So sometimes I'll just focus on opening the front line. And then you can do the back line the next day. So you could do something like that. Focus on each line, like alternate days. And good. Okay. So should be feeling a little looser now. So tissue starting to warm up. We're getting into it. So let's stand up and work the lateral lines. We have lateral lines, so that's the sides of the body. Real simple. Arms up. You're going to take your wrist and kind of pull a little bit to the side. Try not to arch the back too much here. So keep the ribs tucked down. So arm comes up and feet together. Push the hip out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, you might feel this more in the under the arm, more in the hip, down the side of the leg. So wherever you're feeling it is probably where you're holding your tension. Good. Switch sides. And good. Okay, lateral line. Now we're going to the spiral line. The spiral line is basically the insides and outsides of the body. So if you ever notice you have a dropped shoulder, the spiral line is affecting, that's the line that's affecting that dropped shoulder. This one's a little weird. So basically you're going to kick across, keep your legs straight, kick across. That's the first part. Then add a twist. So you're taking the opposite arm and going twisting. So you have this little twist, keep the leg really straight. Again, don't bend the knees because We want it as straight as possible so that fascial line doesn't disconnect. We don't break that line. So this one can be a little bit awkward, but really good because we're getting into that spiral fascial line. Okay, now let's go to the awkward side. We all have the awkward side. And kick through, twist, kick through, twist. If you're having difficulty with this one, just do one part. You can just kick, kick until you go, ooh, until you get used to it, and then add the arm. And again, 20 times. So these will be a little slower just because you're adding, it takes just a little bit longer. But, you know, a little over a second is fine too. Good. Okay, so that was the spiral line. Let's go back to the lateral line. So arms up and push the hip out. Feet together. 2. And 20, switch sides. The reason we stop feeling elastic and as adults, it's like we stopped doing what we did as kids. And we ran around a lot, we jumped around, didn't have to worry about anything. You know, obviously tissue is healthy and youthful. But when you stop doing those things, your body's not prepared for them. So we need to introduce some of those things again. So when we do put that, put the luggage up over on the overhead bin, you know, and it's a little bit of a quicker movement, you're not screwing your shoulders up. So it's really important to do some of this training so your tissue is responding better and you're creating healthier tissue. Okay, back to the spiral line. The awkward one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, make it a little swing. 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, switch sides. And 9 times out of 10, you're not drinking enough water. If your tissue is stiff, think of a sponge. Your fascia, your tissue is like a sponge. It doesn't have water. It is stiff and inflexible. And 9 times out of 10, people I work with do not drink enough water. Like, I drink enough. I'm like, how much do you drink? Not enough. Drink more. So that tissue needs to stay hydrated, especially in the summer. Speaking of, let's get a little water. Okay, let's do that one more round, guys. So 3rd round. You should be feeling a little more flexible, right? Switching back to the lateral line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 19 and 20, other side. And 20. Okay, last time, spiral line. So the kick and the twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, and 20. Switching sides. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good job. All right. Pectorals. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get into that. Okay, so we did the front line, we did the back line, we did the sides, we did the spiral. Let's get into some arm lines and a little deep front line. Yes, so we'll do those two. Okay, last couple here. Arm lines are super easy. We're going to get in this area. All you have to do, thumbs back or hands back. Hands back like this is nice too. And it's tightening up that fascia line. You just push back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. We are tight in our chest. Causes a lot of neck issues, back issues, but neck and shoulder, that tension you feel there, definitely probably coming from the tight pecs. Good. All right. Now let's do a deep front line. Let's do groin. I was going to do something else, but we're going to do groin. So separate your legs. Feet apart is more intense. Feet together, less intense. Getting into the groin. The groin is part of the deep front line. Often very, very tight there. So come down on your elbows or stay in your hands. You choose. And we're just rocking. Again, go to a slight stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. All right. So that's going to be a tough one for most of you. All right. Here we go. Round 2. Push back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Great. Let's see. Shape of the pectoral. Okay, so let's go back to the groin. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And again, only go to that point of a slight stretch. You go too far, you can pull something. I've done that. I did that. So do not be aggressive with these stretches. And 20, good. As with anything, you can get injured in yoga, you can get injured on anything. So you just have to be safe. Don't push too hard, because if your tissue is not used to this, you're more likely to get injured doing it because you haven't done movements like that in a long time. If you used to play sports and you don't play sports anymore, and you go and play your sport, you might get injured because your body, your tissue is just not used to that type of jumping or running or whatever it might be. Same thing with it. This is new for you. Go easy, gentle, work up to it. All right, last time here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, and 20. The last one, let's do that groin. Again, feet apart, it's more intense. Feet together, less intense, and less intensity if you're on your hands. So here we go. Rock back. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Great. All right, come on up. Stand up, see how you feel, walk around. You should be feeling loosey-goosey. All right. Okay, coming on down. Okay, guys, so that's a technique I like to use. It's been super effective with increasing my flexibility. I'm naturally not a flexible person. Not at all. So I've had to, work really hard at getting more flexible. But this technique has made my tissue, when people do this technique, your tissue feels like butter. Like if you have someone working on you after you've been training this way, your tissue really responds well. It creates healthier tissue and it just melts. Like you'll have so much less tension if you practice this technique, I guarantee it. So give it a try. Let me know if you like it. Leave some comments and let me know if you like this, you'd like to see more of that. And any other questions, please leave comments. And I am a small business, and with what's going on in the world today, you know, I stretch people. I work one-on-one with people, and that's been affected, obviously, this year. So liking, sharing, commenting, saving these videos, really subscribing to my YouTube channel or IG, that really helps promote my business. So please do that. I really appreciate if you do those things. They're very easy things to do. So I very much appreciate that. And if you have any questions or concerns, and please leave a comment or DM me or whatever. You know, you can reach me in a lot of different ways. So thank you so much, and we'll do it again next week. Bye. All right. Instagram, we've got some